Okay, this is page 2 of your journals. Okay, so first thing you're going to need is you're going to need this packet that says drop cloth and paper protector. We are going to need the paper protectors for this one. I'll show you what those are for. We're going to need those. You're going to need a stencil that says stencil projects. They're numbered. You're going to look for the stencil that says number 2 on it. And you're going to use that. Okay? Alright, so you're going to need your blue paint and your white paint, your acrylic paints, your paint palette, a marker, and a blue pencil. Blue marker and a blue pencil. And you're going to need one of your paint brushes. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, can't remember. I think I gave you one of this size. And crayons. Okay? So, first thing we're going to do, put this off to the side. Don't forget to put your tablecloth down because you do not want to get paint on your work surface. Okay, so we're going to go to page number 2. Now, I'm working in this journal. Okay, so I've got things started here. I'm going to show you in this extra one that I have. Okay, so these page protectors are to protect, when you paint, to protect the pages underneath. So that's what we're using them for. Now, I gave you clips. I don't have those clips here, but they're pink. I don't have any of those clips, but what you would use, I gave those to you in case you have to clip down the paper. So those pink clips I gave you, that's what those are for. I didn't find that I really needed them, so that's up to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to make, well actually the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our stencil, which is a mitten, and you're going to lay it out on your paper. And I'm going to trace, trying to decide. I want to put, all right, I'm going to go this way. Sorry, my journal is upside down because I'm sitting backwards. All right, trace this. I'm going to put roughly part of the mitten. I'm just going to trace this man out. Okay. Now I'm going to trace the other one. I'm going to set it maybe a little lower. I don't know. I'm going to trace this one. All right. Okay. So I got those traced. And I may want this just a little bit darker here. Come around. Okay. So then what we're going to do, sorry, I got to make sure I look at that camera. You're going to take your blue palette. I'm going to put this off to the side. You're going to take your palette that I gave you, and you're going to put some white paint in the dish, and then you're going to put a little bit of blue, depending on how you can go this dark with your blue. You don't have to lighten it. I'm lightening it, but just take your brush and probably shouldn't mix it with the brush, but we are going to mix it with the brush in this case, okay? It's not going to hurt anything. It's just in a little cup. Okay, these cups hold a lot of paint, but remember you can always get more if you need it. Okay, so what you're going to do, take this paint. Get my journal back. You're going to take the paint and you're going to paint your background blue, light blue. You're going to come around those mittens as best as you can. I'm going a little fast, but you just slow down. These are a little ruffly, so you want to make sure you get the curves in there. Or not. Straighten them out if you want. It's up to you. I'm not going to do this whole page painted. I prepped up another page, but I just wanted to show you. You're just going to, and if you have to get your smaller brush, get your smaller brush for inside these things. You don't need to just use one brush. Now, you might go over that pencil line like that. Okay? I'll show you how to fix it. All right. So then you would just paint this whole page. Now you would do this on both pages. I'm not going to paint this page because, you know, who wants to sit here and watch me paint? All right, so. All right. But what I do want to show you is if you go over that, see this protects your paper. See how that's protecting? That paint would go through onto the other page, which is not really a big deal, honestly. You know, it's not going to hurt anything if it does. Just, I miss the page. All right. Remember, when you paint, you're painting back and forth. All right, so I got this. Set that off to the side. Now, remember, this is acrylic paint. So when you're done with this project, please wash out your palette and your brush right away. All right? Because otherwise you're going to have a hard time when you go to paint something else when you have dried up paint on there. All right, so now I'm going to show you. I'm going to dry this for a second, though. You don't need to dry this. You can let it dry on its own. Or take a blow dryer and dry it if you so desire. But I have a heat gun. But in the classroom we use blow dryers, so you guys know how to do that. Anyway, so I'm going to make sure this is dry. All right. So what you're going to do on this part that I went over with paint, I don't get this on my sweatshirt, you're going to just re-outline that mitten line, okay? Just darken it in. Okay. I'd wait till the whole page is dry, but I'm on a time factor here. Okay. So you're just going to re-outline those mittens once the paint dries. Either dry with the blow dryer or let it dry itself. All right, so you would do this on both pages, okay? So because I don't need the paint to dry, I already prepped one in a book. In this one. Okay, this is the one I started with. So we're going to work in this one. All right, so then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your crayons and you're going to design a design on your mitten. So I just knocked my crayons out here. All right. And I don't know what I'm going to do. What did I do on my first ones? I don't want to repeat that. Okay. I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to draw a line here. Draw a line here. Now, you don't have to use crayons. You can paint your design in. You can use markers. Be careful when you paint, though, or use markers, because markers can tend to go through. So you want to make sure what is on the other side, it's not going to hurt. I think what I'm just going to do, though, is I'm going to do circles. So see, my Matisse is on the other side of this. So I'm getting my imprint from the leaf on there. All right. Or you can cut out extra. I gave you a bag of like extra papers, scrap papers. You can cut things out of those and glue them on. You can do it however you want, to be honest with you. I'm just... Okay, so I'm going to put some circles in here. Oops. Let's get some more in here. I'll get another green bit. Let's put one over here. And maybe one right here. Okay, and then I think we'll stripe out my cuff here. I gotta use purple. See, I'm upside down. I'm having a hard time. Alright. Alright, so then I think what I'll do is... Good question, right? I don't know. Let's just take blue. I think I'll just color around the whole background. I mean, take your time. You know, I'm doing this because I'm trying to just show you some things, but because I don't want the video to be an hour long. All right, so once you get your mittens all done, and let me color this other one really quickly here. Oops. See, this is the side that's got the Matisse on the other side. So it's like showing a design. Which is really funny because there's nothing on this side. Well, that's the side I prepped, but there's nothing glued on there, so I'm not going to get the impression, but I'm getting the impression from the page before this one, which is really funny. So you can see the difference here. But that's okay. This is just, journals are just for practicing in and trying things out. That's what the journals are for. They're not really for great pieces of art or anything like that. All right, so I got that done. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put snowflakes around the outside. Snowflakes have 6 sides. So you can use a marker or you can use a pencil. It has 6 sides. So you're going to do this all over your paper. Now, no 2 snowflakes are the same, right? All right, don't one. I'll just show you a couple of them here. Circle. Let's see. I can do squiggly, squiggly, squiggly. I can do one with just circles, and then another one. I don't know, design them however you want. They're just snowflakes. Okay, anyway, that's with the pencil. This is with a marker. The marker's a little lighter. Now the thing is with marker on painted paper, they will tend to give out after a bit. That doesn't mean they're dried out. Just let it sit for a while and it'll be fine again. Okay, so there's the difference between the marker and the colored pencil. So when you're done, oh, one more thing. So now we have to put a ribbon. I'm going to make mine green. And I'm going to put a piece of yarn, not dark enough. And you're just going to make one squiggly line. Like that. Which is not very dark. You're just going to dark it in. So when you are done, you will have something that looks like this. Okay? I don't know if I can get it in there right. Alright, so I did the snowflakes on these with markers, so they don't show up as well, but I kind of like that they're faded more in the background. And I did more flowers, and I took more time on this one than I did on the one I was showing you. Alright, there's my sample. Okay? Alright, that's project number 2. Project number 3, I will see you with that one later. Bye.